Very good morning, class 9th A and 9th C. Here we are continuing the chapter of economics, the story of village Palampur. Okay, students, now the important content from the chapter that we have already discussed that what sort of village was Palampur. It was a small developed village where means of transportation was already developed. Electricity is very well developed in the village. We have discussed that in the village main occupation for the people is farming, then dairy, and then fishery. Now we are continuing the important thing that capital needed in farming. As we discussed that in village Palampur, most of the people are engaged in the farming, and they used the most of the piece of land for the agricultural purposes. They use the multi cropping pattern system. Now how the money is used, or from where these farmers got the money, we are going to discuss it. You have already studied that a great deal of capital is needed in the modern farming method, so that the farmer now requires more money from than before. Now, most small farmers arrange the capital by taking loans they borrow from large farmers or the village money lender. Small farmer take loans or the money from the money lender or the large or big farmer or the trader who supplied different inputs for cultivation. The rate of interest on such loan is very high. They are put to get distressed to repay the loan. The condition to repay the loan was very tough for the poor and small farmer in village Valampur. So it was the condition that from where the farmers, small poor farmers get money to continue their agriculture. Now, second, on the other hand, the medium and large farmer have their own saving from farming. They are thus able to arrange for the capital required. How do these farmers have their own saving? You shall find it in the answer in the next section. Now, we have studied about the three factors of production: land, labor, and capital, and how they are used in farming we have discussed. Let us fill in the blank given the below. This is the question, students. So we are going to continue from this, that sale of surplus farm products, that how they use the surplus farm products and how they sell them. Let us assume that wheat produced by the farmers on their lands using the three factors of production. The wheat is harvested and production is complete. What do the farmer do with the wheat? As obvious, sufficient quantity of wheat is retained for the family's consumption, and the surplus wheat they will sell in the market. Small farmers like Savita and Gobind sons have little surplus wheat because their total production is small, and from this is a substantial share is kept for their own family also. So it is the medium and large farmer who supply wheat to the market. Poor farmers cannot be having so much or surplus of wheat that they can sell it in the market. Okay, in the picture 1.1 you can clearly see the bullock cart streaming into the market, each carrying loads of wheat. The traders at the market buy the wheat and sell it further to shopkeepers in the towns and cities. Tejpal Singh, who is a big farmer, here they are giving the example to make you understand the concept. Tejpal Singh, who is a big farmer, has a surplus of 350 quintals of wheat from all his land. He sells the surplus wheat at Raiganj market and makes good profit. What does Tejpal Singh do with his earning? Last year, Tejpal Singh had kept most of the money in his bank account. Later, he used the saving for lending to small farmers like Savita, who were in a great need of loan. He also used the saving to arrange for the working capital for farmer in the next season. This year, Tejpal Singh is planning to use his earning in buying another tractor. Another tractor would increase his fixed capital. So we can see that Savita belonged to the poor farmer and poor agriculturist who used to take loan from the Tejpal, and Tejpal is having quite well economic condition that he is using his surplus amount of money to increase his production and to provide the loan on the particular interest rate to the needy farmers in the area. Now Like Tejpal Singh, other large and medium farmers also sell the surplus farm product. A part of the earning is saved and kept for buying capital for the next season. Thus, they are also able to arrange for the capital for farming from their own saving. Some farmers might also use their savings in buying cattle, trucks, or to set up shops. As we shall see, these constitute the capital of non-farm activity. Now, what is non-farm activity and what type of non-farm activity which is used to held in Palampur? We have studied about farming as the main production activity in Palampur. We shall now discuss some of the non-farm production activities. Only 25% of the people working in Palampur are engaged in activity other than agriculture. Okay, the first non-farm activity in village Palampur is dairy, the other common activity. For several families of Palampur, dairy is a common activity. People feed their buffalo various kinds of grass and other jowar and bajra that grows during the rainy season. They sell the milk of these buffalo in Raiganj, the nearby large village. Two traders from Shahpur town have set up collection cum chilling center at Raiganj, from where the milk is collected and transported to the faraway towns and city. So dairy was the first for non-farm activity in village Palampur. Next is next we talk about an example of small scale manufacturing in Palampur. At present, the number of people who are engaged in manufacturing in Palampur less than 50. Manufacturing in Palampur is different from the manufacturing that take place in a big factory in the city or towns. In Palampur, manufacturing involves very simple production methods and are done on a small scale. They are carried out mostly at home or in the fields with the help of family labor. Here, laborers are rarely hired. So, family members themselves produce a small scale industry products. No need to hire. You can say there is no need to hire any other labor, okay, from the area. Now, shopkeepers of Palampur. Okay, shopkeepers of Palampur are involved in the various type of trades. They are using the shops of biscuit, notebooks, pen, pencil, and different sort of occupation was used to done by the people in the village Palampur. Now, transport. What is the condition of transport? A far developing sector. A variety of vehicles can be seen on the road that connects the Palampur and the Raiganj. Rickshaw, bicycle, and motorcycle and other traditional bullock cart and a bogie are used by the people to transport the goods and services. They farm people and goods from the they send people and the goods from one place to another and in return get paid for it. Over the last several years, the number of people involved in transport has grown in the area. Now, we will discuss the summary of the chapter. And summary of the chapter, that how the village Palampur people engage in the other activities. Okay. So, in a short, we will discuss the summary of the village Palampur. As we can see, the purpose of the story of the village Palampur, an imaginative village, is to introduce some basic concept relating to production like farming, small scale manufacturing, dairy and transport, etc. These production activity need various types of resources such as natural resources, man-made resources, manpower and money, etc. Farming is the main activity in Palampur. Palampur is well connected with neighboring village and towns, and all-weather road can be found there, and many kinds of transport are visible on this road like bullock carts, motorcycles, jeeps, tractors and trucks. Palampur has about 450 families belonging to several different castes. The Dalits comprise 1/3 of the population of the village Palampur. Their houses are made up of mud and straw. Palampur has fairly well developed system of roads, transport, electricity, irrigation, school, health and health center. In the village across India, farming is the main production activity. The other production activities are small scale manufacturing, transport, shopkeeping, etc. The aim of production is to produce the goods and services that we need. The factors of production are land, labor, physical capital, and human capital. Land is the first requirement for production, as I have explained you in the first video of the chapter, and second is labor. Physical capital includes tools, machine, buildings, that is fixed capital, and raw material and money in hand, that is working capital. Knowledge and enterprise come under the human capital. Every production is organized by combining land, labor, physical capital, and human capital. 75% of people from Palampur are dependent on farming for their livelihood. There has been no expansion in land under the cultivation in Palampur since 1960. The standard unit of measuring land is hectare, though in the villages it is measured in the local units as biga or guintha. In Palampur, all land is cultivated, no land is left idle. Farmers of Palampur grow jowar, bajra, potato, wheat and sugarcane. Multi-cropping pattern. Farmers in Palampur are able to grow these different crops in a year due to the well-developed system of irrigation. The first few tube wells were installed by the government in Palampur. Of the total cultivated area in the country, a little less than 40% is irrigated even today. In the remaining area, farming is largely dependent on rainfall. Now, to grow more than one crop on one piece of land during 1 year is called multi-cropping. Multiple cropping is the most common way of increasing production on given piece of land. The Green Revolution in the late 1960s introduced the Indian farmer to cultivate wheat and rice using by HYV seeds. Farmers of Punjab, Haryana and Western Uttar Pradesh were the first state who tried the modern farming method in India. The modern farming method have overused the natural resources. The Green Revolution is associated with the loss of soil fertility in many areas due to the increase of use of chemical fertilizer. The consumption of chemical fertilizer in Punjab is the highest in the country. About 1/3 population of Palampur is landless, while the most of them are Dalits. Mostly small farmers have to borrow money from the large farmers or the village moneylender or the traders of the village to arrange modern farming method. Dairy is the common activity in many families in Palampur. So students, it is all about the explanation of the chapter. Chapter is very easy. It is based on the imaginary village. Okay, to make you understood that how the different remote villages of India are developed and still lagging behind in some areas. Take care. Good day.